Hello and a very warm welcome to another edition of Talking Germany, the show where we do just that. And I'm joined here in the studio today by somebody who reads and writes poetry, is a great fan of Goethe, no less. She's also a student of both cultural studies and English and American studies, but I'm sure you've guessed that that's not in the main why she's here. No, she's our guest today because she's lovely and she's charming. And in fact, she is Miss Germany 2010. Here she is. Let me introduce you to Anne Julia Hagen.
Thank
Anne
you.
Julia, thank you very, very much for being here today. Anne Julia, you are now halfway through your stint, your period as Miss Germany 2010. What does it feel like so far?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Just great. Yes, it's great because I make so much experiences in this half year right now, and I got to know such great people, and yeah, it's just an experience for life, and yeah, wonderful. I'm really enjoying it.
Wonderful. Have you learnt anything new about yourself?
Yes, I think so, because I learned to handle the pressure from outside, from the pressure to be, you know, beautiful, because the people expect
people have huge expectations.
Yes, they have. So I learned to handle this pressure.
OK, well, we're talking about beauty. We're talking about you being a beauty queen and all the expectations that people have. When was the first time in your life, how old were you when you thought, I wouldn't mind being a beauty queen, I could be a beauty queen?
This beauty queen thing just appeared when I was like 19, when I finished my Abitur. And before I was just into modeling and that's it. And then I thought about how to push, or how may I push the modeling thing? And then, okay, I said, okay, let's try it. Let's try to be Miss Berlin or whatever. And then...
So it's pretty straightforward. Do you think of yourself as beautiful?
I think I'm really confident how I am, and I like me how I am, and I think that's the important thing, the most important thing.
So when we talk about the Miss Germany competition and you're winning the competition, it's not just about looks, it's also about personality. Yeah,
personality and the way you speak, how you represent yourself, if you're a positive person or not. And I think it's very good to see that the people take care of this personality thing.
Yeah.
Because I think there is a cliche since, I don't know, 50 years, that Miss Germanys are not, you know, quite intelligent. So
really?
Yes, I think there is. In Germany there is. In Germany there is.
Yep.
But yeah, in France, America, you know, their Miss France or Miss America is like, you know, a queen, and they really adore them. And in Germany, I think it's a bit difficult.
You said that being Miss Germany is awesome, yeah, but it also, I mean, 300 appointments a year. That sounds like hard work.
Yeah, it's stressful, of course, but you learn how to manage everything, and you learn how to use or to take your time with the family, you know, because the time is very. It's not a lot of time. So it's great to learn how can I handle the whole situation.
And it feels like it's a job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a job. Of course, it's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. Yeah. We learned from that report that one of the things you have had to learn is that in nearly every situation you are in, there are cameras.
Yeah.
How do you learn to cope with that? You need a strategy.
Yeah. You have to, and that's also the pressure, because you have to be beautiful at any time. You have to have your makeup on. You have to have great hair and everything, and so you just have to be prepared every time. Yeah. When you go to a restaurant, when you go for shopping or whatever, you have to be prepared that there could be a paparazzi who want to make a picture or whatever.
You can't let your guard down, yeah? It's interesting that I think, you know, when you're in the centre of attention, Yeah. You also, at the same time, you have to learn to keep both of your feet on the ground. You have to learn to sort of remain a normal person. How do you do that?
I think my mom is really a person who keeps me down to earth, you know. She's really my idol and help. And also, I think my school is a very important thing because I've been on a Catholic school my whole school life, and you get to know values and morality, and I think that's very a factor.
Okay, it's interesting. You were born in the year 1990. That means that you are 20 years old now. Yeah, and Germany this year, of course, is celebrating 20 years of German reunification. Yeah. What does that mean to you as a person of your age? Yeah.
I don't know. I think the German unity for me is not, haven't been at any time an important theme. Of course, we talked in school about it. It was important, of course, but for me and my friends at school, for us, Berlin was open at every time, and it was free, and we could go where we wanted to go, and so it wasn't a point at all.
We've heard about the ups and downs of modelling there, the pluses and the minuses. What for you are the pluses?
You learn, or you get more self-confidence. You learn how to act in front of the cameras. The minus is that there. What?
The minuses.
Yeah, the minuses are that. It's a very strange business because there are, of course, bad people. And when you are young, you're 15, like I was, and you get to know a very strange business with drugs and alcohol and everything.
Really?
So yes, you get to know it. But for me, it wasn't.
So what they say is true? Yeah.
Of course, on the one hand, yes, and on the other hand, no.
And how did you cope with that? You started very early. I don't know if it was early, but it seems early to me. You were 15.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. And how did you cope with that as an individual? I know that you went on modelling assignments to Hong Kong and China and I don't know where. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to be manifested in your character, in your person.
Sort of anchored.
Yeah, and if you are, then it's no problem. Then you can handle this. Then you say, okay, the others drink alcohol, the others take drugs or whatever, but it's not my thing, you know. And for me, I've never drunk any alcohol. I'm really like an organic person. I love organic food.
You're an organic person.
And,
I mean, this is another issue for a model, isn't it? It's all about how do you keep your looks?
Yeah, your health.
You have to be disciplined?
Yeah.
Sport, diet?
Yes, of course. Diet, not. I have my weight, you know, my weight where I think it looks good and I feel comfortable with, but I've never been on a diet.
Okay. No. And of course, it's a world like this. We're in a studio sitting here. We've got cameras around us and lights around us. And being in that kind of environment, it can build you up. You talked about confidence, but it can also knock you down.
Of course.
You've had those moments?
No.
No, of course, she says, but no, yeah?
No. I don't know. I had really, luck. And all the people were kind and nice around me, and they really pushed me. And I just had luck.
You know what? I think you've been making your own luck. Yeah, that's the feeling I have. We've learnt about Anne Julia that she's a model, she's a beauty queen, and she is a student. Now, when I first came to know Germany, that's quite a long while ago, I have to admit, students here spent a lot of time drinking coffee and talking about how to change the world. Anne Julia is laughing now, yeah? But in recent years, there have been sweeping reforms as part of what's called the Bologna process, which aims to make university courses and qualifications more compatible right across Europe. Now, the result is much more rigid course structures and far greater demands on the students. Anne Julia Hagen, that's you are a student. I know you've taken a little bit of time off because of your Miss Germany obligations, but in the report, the figure that sticks in my mind is 60 hours a week. A student working 60 hours a week. Does that? I mean, it seems a lot to me. Does it seem a lot to you?
I think yes, because I have to learn so much. I have to write essays, homeworks. I have to prepare my text for the next lessons. it's just you know, a lot. And
so what people are saying is true, that it is very structured.
It is, yeah, it is.
It's
like
very
school.
school-like.
It's like school, yeah.
It's like school.
Yeah.
Yeah. But aren't you at university, aren't you supposed to be sort of discovering yourself and maturing as a personality and intellectually?
That's the thing. And you know, when I was young, I really dreamed of later when I'm older, I can study and then I can do what I want and I can, you know, learn the things I want to. And now it's harder than school, more structured, more pressure, you know, and I'm really stressed when I have to do all the things, and I'm really, you know, I have all the ideas in my mind, like what's happening when I don't get a good grade, or you know, so it's really.
But surely this is the real world. This is what the world is like. You're going to be going out there into the working world. This is what people say. I don't know if I quite believe it, but they say you should be working, discipline, because that's the world.
Yeah, but I think the time of studying should be, of course, orientated to the future. But you have to keep your life as a young person. You know. So for me, I feel like I have.
You have no time for reading poetry.
Yes. And books. Books I want to read. I really want to read.
In the dossier I was given about you, it says that you don't just read poetry, but that you have in the past written poetry.
Yes, I did when I was younger. But then, with all the pressure, you know, school and exams and studying,
You still have the poems. Yeah?
I have at home,
Where do you keep them?
Just in my Schreibtisch.
Yeah? In your desk,
Yes, in my desk.
You know, there are some people who carry poems about... I carry poems about... I have poems in my wallet,
Nice.
And they're my favourite poems, I'm a bit of a fan. You're a big fan of Goethe?
Yes.
Yeah?
I had it also in my Abitur exams, Goethe.
So your school leaving exams, your high school exams, Goethe was the speciality, And you're studying English language, and what about Shakespeare? You must have had a go at Shakespeare as well. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah?
Oh, my professor from English, she adore. She loves Goethe. She loves Shakespeare, and we had to read so much, like, you know, Summer Sonnet and... all the
great
things.
stuff.
Great stuff, really.
Wonderful.
Is.
I'm very interested in you and your generation, because the picture that's coming across from me right through the show is you're a very balanced person. You've been in situations that are actually quite challenging and demand a lot of you. I have a quote from you. It says, "I'm happy by nature. I love to inspire other people with my cheerfulness." Yeah? Yes, you say, yes, But come on, you're from a generation, There's unemployment out there here in Germany. There's global warming out there. There's a financial crisis that might come back. Yeah? How come you are so optimistic and cheerful? Are you not thinking about these things?
Of course, I'm thinking about these things, and I'm discussing it a lot with my friends or with my parents' family or whatever. But I don't know. I'm from nature. I'm a really positive thinking person, and I just want to be with persons who think positive and who are positive, and
What are you going to do with the rest of your life?
There are two ways. Either I will stuck into this Miss Germany modeling.
Okay, so more of that, more of that.
Moderating thing, or I become a culture attaché.
Diplomacy, culture.
Yeah.
Well, that fits.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Okay. I wish you all the best on that. We've got to wrap up a wee little bit. The quiz at the end of the show. Quick questions, quickish answers. Miss Germany, is it a dream or a job?
Both.
Both. Are models products or personalities?
Personalities.
Quick answer. Are you deep down inside a naturally shy or a naturally outgoing person?
Naturally outgoing person.
Oh, that's interesting, because quite often people who are naturally outgoing are, deep down inside, naturally shy. Staying in shape. We saw you eating the pizza in the... Is it for you carrot juice or pizza?
Pizza.
I knew you were going to say that. And beauty is skin deep, or beauty is the whole person?
The whole person.
Good. It's been lovely talking to you. Yes? So we've got time for today. I'm afraid our guest today has been the, in every sense, gorgeous Anne Julia Hagen. If you've enjoyed her company as much as I have, then do come back next week. Until then, cheers.